Hi, good morning,
Hi.
everyone.
Yeah.
My guest
Good.
today is my guest today is a technology expert, uh, and he started his tryst in technology about 30 years back. So we wanted to grill him on what made him choose technology 30 years back. Aditya Bhuwania runs VXL Software. It's an Indian MNC, multinational corporation based out of Mumbai, and and its branches are in US, Singapore, Dubai, France, Germany, etc., etc. It's truly an Indian multinational corporation operating out of India. Welcome, Mr. Bhuwania.
Uh, Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you. So, I you've been when I saw your profile, you've been talking and propagating everything about thin clients. I want to ask you what is the whole concept of this thin clients, if you could tell us more about it.
Basically, thin clients is server-based computing. All the data is stored on the server, and thin clients is used as an access device. So some of the
Right.
advantages of the thin clients are, since there's no data stored on the thin client, first of all, you can't hack a thin client per se. And for example, if someone takes the thin client, steals it, you will be getting nothing because there's nothing stored on the device. All the data is on the server.
On the cloud, you mean? No.
Now, on the server or the cloud, wherever
On
the company,
the
the organization is storing the information.
server information. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And how old is this concept of thin clients? Are you the only one who is doing it? How large is the market?
No, no, thin clients is quite an old concept. I mean, it is, if you remember the big old dump terminals, it is, you can say, an enhancement of those dump terminals. Those dump terminals didn't have any processing power, but thin clients nowadays are uh, uh, they have some kind of processing power, but not, of course, as a processing power as a full PC. I know we are not the only ones. There are many larger MNCs who have been in this space. But you can say yes. In India, we were amongst the pioneers of thin clients.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So when I was reading your bio, I also got to know that you were the first whatever distributor or a sales channel for Intel here in India, right?
Correct.
So your tryst with technology started about 40 years back. I mean,
No, I mean, my history started in about 95, you can say.
right, right. So I wanted to ask you, when we talk about 30 years, 40 years back, I mean, technology was there. It was what made you choose technology since your expertise and education is in chemical domain, is what I've gathered from your bio. What made you
No,
choose
no,
technology?
no. My education is in the technical domain itself. I am a BSc in Business Computer Applications. So yes, Chemical is another company of ours, which we still distribute some specialty chemicals. But yes, I mean, chemical at one point was a major focus for us. But I mean, we diversified into IT a long time back. I mean, my father started the diversification into IT. So, and thankfully, I've been able to continue it.
Right. So, and what's your take on the whole business around thin clients? Is it increasing? Is it stagnating? I mean, I want to understand more on thin clients and how customers are taking it? Are your customers increasing every year in that sense? So the whole adoption piece of thin clients.
Yes, thin clients is definitely increasing. Apart from this last 6 months, you can say, where the whole industry has been in a turmoil because of COVID-19. But apart from that, thin clients is a sizable market. Of course, not as large as the PC, but it's still a sizable market. And yes, there's enough volume for everyone there, for all the players.
Right. Yeah. And so, and what apart from thin clients does VXL does?
See, our expertise is in main expertise is in thin clients. Along with the thin clients, we also give an option of a management software by which you can manage the thin clients to ease the use. To ease the think of the administrator, to ease the workload of the administrator.
So you're essentially, your business is centered around thin clients
Correct.
and yeah, yeah, right. And so, while you basically touched upon on how COVID has impacted the whole business segment, so to say,
Yeah.
now, what does the future look like for an organization as large as VXL Technologies? How do you see things becoming, back to normal, and then offtake of the whole thin client as a piece?
Well, the business is starting to look up a bit. We have started receiving a few inquiries already, which we do hope will increase going forward. So definitely, yes, there was a setback for about 6 months, but to get back to the older levels, I think we are still a long time away.
Oh, okay, okay,
Because the until the industry starts growing, people will not really invest in new hardware as such.
right, yeah, right,
So yes, September we saw there was a good manufacturing growth,
right, yeah,
but we hope it continues for the rest of the year.
right. No, no. The trends that have come yesterday, day before of GST collection and manufacturing whole piece
Exactly.
standing and up on its feet. We are all hopeful that business will bounce back much sooner. So
Yes.
my last question is, in terms of your key three markets, can you kind of demarcate those markets for us?
For thin clients,
Yeah, yeah, for thin clients, the whole consumption pattern of thin clients, the top three
uh,
markets.
top three markets for us traditionally have been India, Europe, and the US.
India, Europe, and the US. Yeah.
Of
Oh, you
course,
mean
India.
India? India's adoption is far higher than.
No, I'm not necessarily in that order, but
Okay.
these are the three markets, important markets for us, you can say.
Right. And so my an absolute last question is from do you are you seeing adoption of thin clients happening at a SME MSME startup level, or it's still an enterprise kind of adoption for now?
Well, we are seeing smaller organizations adopting it, but the adoption is more prevalent in the larger enterprises. It's an easier sell for the large for us in the larger organizations rather than the SMEs, MSMEs. For them, uh, they they uh, they don't look at the advantages of thin clients as the enterprises look at it.
So do you engage in awareness programs for SMEs and startups just to tell them more about?
Well, thin clients has been there for a long time now. I mean, we have been doing this kind of what you call uh, enlightening the customers for the last 15 years. But even after 15 years, if customers don't want to understand, then you can't help it.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 So what you in just about summing it up, your from VXL perspective, the top three markets are India, your US, and Europe,
Yeah,
and adoption in startups, etc., or SMEs and MSMEs is not at the speed that you would have wanted, and
exactly
and
correct.
and yeah. So yeah, okay. So thank you, Mr. Bhuwania, for your time
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
We
Thank
will
you,
we
Rohit.
will. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.